Okay, so I was being a little bit lazy, so I decided to have a quick tidy up and use the set sliders for my squaring, so I can just drop all the sizes out. So I sort of know, for example, like, you've seen the design, so the star needs to, really risk it to run there. But it's going to need to come down to this section a bit more, so that's going to be punched out and you're going to see the vinyl through the actual, be careful with that, record there, it's very nice. What is it? Oh, it's that old man trouble one. On a Tennessee Waltz, 2 beats have been used loads of times. Anyway, so I can see all my centers, and actually looking at this as well, I was looking at it, it just reminded me straight away, which is a nice little in of the London Posse album done by Pride, with the sights, that Public Enemy-esque sights. It's got that original hand-drawn style. So I'm just using, it's not an original reggae sleeve, but it's from a decent reggae shop and a decent reggae supplier. So I've got to work out how this is going to sit in there. This is going to be my flag. I'm not going to have this section cut out, obviously. There will be a section cut out here with the Ghanaian flag underneath, I think. So as you can see there, how you're able to grip the record, mine will have something slightly different there. But the flap system, if you can see the flap system, the glued flap system is exactly how I'm gonna produce the folds, etc. on the sleeve, which I'm gonna print. So that's really why I've got all of this, just for sizes. I don't have a compass for some reason, but again, I can measure. I'm happy with that now. You can see the centers, everything, so I can measure the size of the. Let's have a look. I can measure. So I've got my centers now, so I know the width is going to be right on the image on there. Stamped image, which is 85mm diameter. So 85mm for center. Okay, so I'm going to design that center now. So what I'm going to do, just come up with an idea, is actually, obviously I'm going to print the center. It's going to be double-sided center. It's actually going onto this. Just so you know where we are, YeH Yeh hasn't been made yet. So this is just like an idea I've had to make it up, have it sent to myself, and pretend basically that it is the new tune and see how much buzz that causes with the, bionic London Posse fans. It's just a little design idea which I thought would be interesting to film and to see the process that go into something like this. So yeah, I'm gonna work some of my sizes out now. So this for the outside sleeve, I'm going to give a bit more for folds, and obviously these sections are going to come in here for the fold over. So I'm just sort of getting the sort of sizes which I need, and as I'm drawing it and looking at that, I'm thinking, right, when I cut that in, am I going to do something with it? Is it going to have something? Is it going to be a bit of text running or cut out of that bit of material? And the gluing, what glue am I using? Am I using simple lift-off tape, or am I going to actually glue it and and have a little bit of the glue coming out? I don't know, for the authentic thing. We'll see. That will come as we go. And then obviously, again, I mentioned out of the one side, which will be as you're looking at it at the front, it'll have that dink there which you use to pick the vinyl out. Obviously this is going to be cut out, the star there will be cut out, so the vinyl will show through. This section in here, I think at the minute, is going to be the Ghanaian flag, so when you lift the vinyl out, then you will see the Ghanaian flag underneath. Also, another idea I've had is this star, and looking at it now, compared to the original drawing which I showed you on the computer earlier, this star can go bigger and may fit in there. So I'm thinking the bit that comes out of there can be used as a center. As a center for the vinyl. But that's another, I may have to build that up so that stands out. So it's maybe the sleeve is 400 grams and maybe that'll be double that, 800 grams, because it needs to be able to handle, so it'll be punched out in the center obviously, and this will be a star which will fit into there so you're able to play it. So it's a center. The dinked section will become a star, which has come from there. This is getting a bit complicated, but these are ideas which have been in my mind. So that's sort of where I am. So I think I'm going to stick with, that's enough to be going on with at the minute. I got to work out sleeve notes, production A and B, side A and B. What am I doing on the other side? So this side is going to be a double A side anyway. That was the idea, or not even called an A side, just a record with 2 great records on it. So YeH Yeh and one other. And I was gonna say, you know, it was just something simple, you know. So it's YeH Yeh, Bionic, and Guan is Rodney P. So that's what it was going to be. And then the other side was going to be then the London Posse original font, which is, I've had a long chat with Pride about, and I'm going to show this to him before I use it anywhere else. It's going to say the Guan and YeH Yeh in the original London Posse sleeve, 12-inch style. You know, the let's say the Public Enemy-esque style, which is, you know, it's incredible. It is similar to the Public Enemy, but it felt right for the British style. It had a lovely rounded feel to it, you know, that compactor, condensed font, which we argued about for some time, me and Scott Free. Decided what it was or what it wasn't, but he knew it was hand drawn. Though at least we knew that, because of the, you know, the skill had gone into it, and you know, it looked like it was done with like rotary pens or something like that. Anyway, I digress. So this section, this is all going to be done by hand, by the way, because I'm going to be making 1 or 2 of these, so this is all going to be done by hand. So this is like another section this evening, which takes time. So from here now, I'm going to take all of these ideas onto the computer, so to get all the sizes exactly right. So it's going to be printed on obviously a large sheet in one piece, and then folded, and then this section here will fold to make the actual sleeve. So I want to get all the sizes right. So I'll probably, the way I'm going to be printing it is going to go on to some nice stock, which I haven't chosen, but it's from GF Smith, and they make some great papers. So a lot of things have got to be worked out, so I'll probably do hopefully 3 up on a large sheet. So it'll look something like, you know, this. There's the thing, there's the fold over, and there's the flaps there. So it'll be that, you know, sort of 3 times on a page, or however many, depending on these finished sizes. So I've got a little bit of room for movement. There's a few things on there I'd like to change, which I'll, you know, do individually. I want them individually numbered. I don't know how that's going to happen yet. That's got to be something slightly different as well. You know, this cover is meant to have authenticity, whilst, you know, pushing the new little, you know, a couple of different styles going on, making an effort on the cover for the tune. I think that's quite important, you know, in fact making, you know, just as much effort, and using a couple of different materials, which is always nice. So there's different feels, so it's a bit tactile. You feel one section, you know, that originally was going to be flock, the star, cut out so you could feel it was smooth. That still may happen. I may be able to cut the star out of there, of the 400 gram stock, and then overlay some flock, and then that becomes the center, as I was saying earlier. But this is all going to be cut by hand, so it's going to be interesting. So I'm just going to sign out now. One wrong, one up, just so you know what's going on there.